Hey guys, welcome back to Whitty's Gear Reviews. One thing we haven't talked on the channel a lot, I know we talk about EDC, we talk about survival gear, first aid, there's just so many things that we talk about. But one thing that I think we haven't really talked a lot about is, what are you carrying in your car? A car is an essential part of your preparation, whether it's hurricane season, tornado season. You have a lot of flash floods in your area, places up north, where there's a lot of snow. Do you carry provisions in your vehicle? And if so, what do you carry? I just wanted to go over, I've been searching for a light, a perimeter, kind of like a perimeter light that would light up a larger area if I were to get a flat, get stuck, middle of the night, inclement weather. And I was just browsing through a discount store that I go to all the time, and I saw this. And we'll probably have to zoom. I saw this Coast light. And, I know some people have a love-or-hate relationship with Coast. I've got several of them, but I've got them after they've discontinued their pure battery lineup. A lot of their lights take a pure battery, AA, AAA, whatever. They've done away with a large side of that line. So what they're going to now is they're going to things that take rechargeable AA or AAA batteries. You have an option of having the rechargeable battery that you can recharge, or you could take it out and replace it with a AA or AAA. So they're going to a lot of that, and pure battery only things have seemed to go to the wayside. But I don't understand that concept, because you could put rechargeable batteries in any light that takes AA's. Maybe they don't hold as much battery life. I don't know. But what interests me about this light is it takes 6 AA batteries, which were included, and it's 1,000 lumens for 110 hour runtime. And it's got the twist focus. It is big on a lot of Coast. I've got several of their headlamps, and they have that twist the focus, so you could go from a flood to a spot and back. This one's got a magnet on the handle, and what I like about it is, I wish for car carry it would have had a flashing strobe on it, either red or orange, but it doesn't, which is fine. I've got one on my flashlight on my headlamp, which is also in my truck. But I wanted something I could sit on the ground and not have to, it could light up not just the area I'm looking at, it could light up underneath the whole side of my truck. And that's why I got this. And not to mention, at my little discount store, Ollie's, thing was $7.99. Regularly like $40, and they were $7.99. Now, you may not have an Ollie's in your area, but most places have some sort of discount store that buys out discontinued items. If you have one of those stores around, take a look around, because I'm sure Ollie's isn't the only store in the United States that Coast sold all these lights to, because there was like 40 or 50 boxes in 2 different stores, same store, but 2 different locations that I went to. And plus, before, they were having a small flashlight sale. And I bought quite a few of those as well, because I think these were $4.99 and these were $6.99, something like that. Though, and this is, if you can see, they're all this same line. Same on the head on that one. I guess it's the same line that's they either discontinued or they've done differently. So just to look at the light real quick, what I like about this thing is the way it can stand up. And then you can turn your light however you want to. So it says this thing will swivel 180 degrees, so it'll swivel that way, turn back, and roughly swivel that way. And you can hear it. I mean, it clicks into place pretty good. Then you just got your switch. So you got your low, medium, high, low, medium, high. So low's the last function, which is kind of weird, but it'll start automatically on medium, then go to high, and then you can switch it to low. And then, of course, you can focus your beam. If you can see it on the table, you're getting a lot wider and a lot narrower throw if you look in here. And all you do is press the button to rotate right here between functions, and then off. I mean, it's super simple. There's not any bells or whistles. If you tell your wife, if she's with you or your kids, hey, go get the light, they can go get the light, turn it on, and then it's just a matter of setting it up. But depending on what kind of angle you want it at, I mean, you can set it up all different kind of angles. Point it up so you can see the side of your car, point it down. I mean, lift it a little higher if you have a truck like mine and you want to see a little higher in the truck bed or whatever. But, you know, a lot of people say, well, if you have that and you run out of batteries. Totally get it. I carry a get-home bag in my truck, but I don't carry a lot of AAA batteries in, or AA batteries in there. I have AA batteries in my truck because I have 2 of these in there. And these are just little, it's a little Nightlight / battery charger. But if you have a couple of these, and if you also carry in your truck, like I do, one of these, you're never without AA batteries. Just plug it into your truck and go. If you don't have one of these, you could buy these things on Amazon, Temu, Harbor Freight, Walmart. You can buy them. This is just a little 400, but it's a pure sine. Just a little inverter. But this one, there's a reason I've got it, because I also carry 100 milliamp battery, backup battery. So it's kind of like I could really run. I've got power that I could run off of that thing. This just charges it. But I'm running a 100 amp battery. And then I also have a 600 amp power station. So this could feed the battery could feed the power station, and I could run several hours for camping stuff, right? If we're out and we're in a place with no power, I could still run lights. I could run a fan. I could run any small appliances that I would need off of that. But basically, we bring it to charge camera batteries if we're videoing or anything like that. And you use it to recharge tablets, so on and so forth. So if you don't have some kind of power inverter, and you don't have to get a pure sine inverter like this one, you can get a standard one. I would recommend getting one that plugs into your cigarette lighter, but also I like having this so I can actually hook up 2 alligator clamps and hook it up straight to the battery if I needed to. If I was in a bind for whatever reason, I like to have dual purpose. And that's how I hook it to my battery that I've got. And that was one of the biggest reasons I bought that LifePro battery, that 100 milliamp LifePro battery, is to run as a secondary backup source. So if you have a setup like this, and I'm not talking spending a ton of money. I bought the battery, was $94, which was the most expensive part of the investment. I think this thing I got at Black Friday, it was like 35 bucks. These are a little expensive, but you don't have to buy Energizer. You can buy any kind you want. There's actually a brand at Harbor Freight if you prefer that, which is half the price. I just had some of these, and they go in my truck. Just, you never know. And now I've added this light, and that's my stay in my truck kit, right? So I always have power in my truck. Now I have a light that, I can kind of direct it where I need to. And I was looking for something. Guys, I carry so much in my truck. Between my toolbox and in the cab, I've got my, my get home bag in there. I've got like a gym bag, I guess would be more of my, not really a hygiene kit. It's a change of clothes. I've got a poncho in there. I've got a rain jacket in there. I've got extra socks, a pair of pants. I work in a chemical plant. And if something happened and I was trying to get home, I'm not wearing my steel toe boots and my FRC clothing. I'm not wearing that. It's too hot. I'm in Texas. I would never make it. So I have a pair of lightweight pants, pair of shorts, a breathable t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt, a small lightweight, it's actually a Whoopee zip up hoodie, and some Under Armour thermals. So no matter what time of year it is, I'm kind of covered, right? And in Texas, we don't get blizzards. We don't get below zero. Having that base layer, a small jacket, a secondary layer, and pants, I'm good here. If it hits 20 degrees here, man, it's like the Arctic. Here in my part of Texas. But anyways, guys, I just thought we'd do a small, I wanted to start conversation because I'm curious what people carry in their vehicles, and do they think about, if things happen. I know a lot of people carry a can of Fix a Flat. You probably carry an air pump in the back, and if you don't, you should. And maybe some, for the longest, my dad, all he carried was a pair of channel locks. I mean, we did a lot with a pair of channel locks, but that's all he had. I carry a set of channel locks, carry a set of vice grips, Phillips and a flathead full-size screwdriver, and then, of course, I'm going to have my everyday carry. I'm going to have my go bag, which also has tools in there. I have the tools that are in my toolbox on my truck, on the back of my truck, which is just one of the plastic 30 cal cans that I've got just a bunch of odd and end tools in there, some tire patching kit, little stuff like that. But I wanted a light that would fit in a small case with some other stuff that didn't take up a lot of room but packed a lot of punch. And I'm not lying, for $7.99, I'm like, that's my light. Hey, even though I could have bought a more expensive light, I get it. I could have probably, there was one I was looking at on Amazon. It was about $49. And being the budget shopper I am, I held off and, hey, got this light, $7.99. I'm happy. It'll do what I need it to do. Does anybody have one of these? I've never seen them before. I didn't even know they made a light like this, to be honest. I'm not, hey, if Coast is on sale, I'll buy it all day long. I take that back. I did buy, when I was on vacation, I needed a small light. Forgot to bring one with me. So I bought a small Coast light that took a AAA battery, just to have it at night. We were, not really camping, but we were going to a location that was kind of secluded, and we were going to be there for a couple nights. So I wanted to have a flashlight. So I bought one, and it lasted a long time. It's a good little light. What do y'all think, guys? Overrated? But more than that, just for ideas for our guys out there that watch this, what do you carry in your truck? What do you have, or your car? What supplies do you carry? I know some people carry MREs. They carry water. I've got my get home bag, which I've got a Sawyer squeeze, a Life straw, 10 water purification tablets, and a titanium canteen. I'm not gonna carry a bunch of water in Texas where it gets hot and have all that whatever the plastic's made out of when it gets super hot leaching into my water. I don't think it's going to last long here, so I don't carry any. And I have 3 broke down MREs in my get home bag. So I've got food. And it doesn't take up a lot of space. So all this stuff fits underneath my seat and doesn't take up a lot of space. I wanted to have everything where it fit under the compartments underneath my back seats. That way it doesn't, the only thing that's not there is my go bag. My go bag sits in the center seat. That way there's room for my daughter, my son, and they sit with my bag in between them, and they understand why Dad has the bag. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts. What do you carry? What would you carry? And definitely, what do you think about this light I just blinded myself with trying to close it up? But, oh, I forgot to give y'all some specs. On medium, you're looking at 500 lumens. High, 1,000 lumens. Low is 54 lumens. If you're in low, you're going to run for 110 hours. If you're in high, you've got 10 hours. And if you're at 500 lumens, you're looking at about 20 hours. So this is going to supply light for a while, guys. And plus, what I like is, if you didn't have any other light, just turn that on, zoom it in, and you could carry it around as a regular flashlight if you're going to walk to a gas station or something. If you didn't have anything else or whatever reason, you could still, or you can actually just, heck, carry it like that. It's your little grab handle. Anyways, guys, that's all we had today. I picked it up, thought it was a good deal, wanted to share it. People that have Ollies, go look for one. If you don't have Ollies, check out your local discount stores. They might actually carry them. Anyways, guys, do me a favor. Leave a comment. Always give a thumbs up. That helps the channel. That helps keep us relevant. It helps them getting my content out. There's 3 ways to support the channel: Gear Shop, Buy Me a Coffee, and subscriptions. We actually got our first subscriber. He's my new best friend. Iggy, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. When we get enough people built up in the back half, man, we'll do something special. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, click all them notifications, and I love y'all. We'll see you on the next one.